I am almost done with my first project from this DIY embroidery kit, so I wanted to share my quick thoughts on it from a beginner. I do not have much experience with sewing, so I wanted to find some kits that would be truly friendly for beginners, and so far this has been very easy to do. I'll admit that there are a lot of intricate parts of this, so it takes a while, but the stitching is not hard, and these kits truly have everything that you need as a beginner to get started, which is something that I really appreciated. So let me quickly go through what's all included in these kits for you. So not only do they have the standard things like the hoop and the canvas, they also have the design printed on the canvas so that you know exactly where you're going to be stitching. Plus they have a lot of extras that are going to be helpful as a beginner because you probably don't already have these at home. So one of those things is a needle threader, which makes it so much easier to get the thread through the eye of the needle. Also a seam ripper, plus a variety of different needle sizes so that you can pick the size that you want. And then of course they also include all of the thread that you need. And I actually really like the way that they organize their thread. So rather than having it in those little packets where it's almost impossible to get thread out, which we would normally find at the store, they have the thread separated by color in this little cardboard slot, and then the numbers up here correspond to the instruction guides so that you know which one to find. But honestly, it just made it so easy to pull the thread out whenever you needed it by just taking it out of one of these little slots versus having to untangle an actual embroidery thread loop. And of course, the most important piece for us beginners are all of these instructions. So this guide is going to tell you everything you need to know to go from a blank design to something that's almost completely filled in. So within here, you'll find the actual stitching guide. So this has all these little things that point to different parts of the design, and it tells you how many strands of the thread you need to use for that stitch, what type of stitch to do, and then also what color you're gonna use. And I took a little bit of liberty with my design because I wanted something that was a little bit more colorful. So once I got more comfortable, I started changing up the colors a little bit, but I still followed the stitches that were required. Since I am a beginner, I wasn't familiar with all of the stitches that are needed, but I really appreciated that we're only 3 different types. So you're not trying to tackle like a dozen new stitches in this project. And there are instructions for the type of stitches that you'll need in this little guide. Plus you can also easily look things up online if you need a bit more assistance or want to see someone actually performing the stitch. Overall, I highly recommend this kit for beginners or someone who's more experienced with embroidery. I love that the design is already pre-printed on the canvas, plus it has all those little extras that make embroidery a lot more fun and easier. And of course, the designs are simply stunning for book lovers like me, but I appreciate that they have a couple other varieties out there as well. We're gonna love these kits whether you are new to embroidery or a longtime sewer, so give them a try now.